Yo, that right there is the voice of my good friend, who's a citizen of the show, has been for years. Even before he came on the show, Heather B, he was rocking with the show. And he got so much going on right now. Currently promoting his Peaceful Warrior comedy tour. Also starring as Uncle, I want to say Saman in the film A Simple Wedding that's streaming on all major platforms. His stand-up special "Immigrant" is available on Netflix. You got to watch it. I've watched it twice already. Being that I think I'm a fake Iranian. The one and only Maz Jobrani is here, man. Maz, what up, baby?
Yo.
Sway, how are you, man? What's going on?
You didn't expect that fake Iranian, huh?
Nobody did.
No, I
Sway.
love it. First of all, I know that you're part of the tribe, man. You're part of the Iranian community because I know that one of your closest friends is Iranian. I know you know all about the food, you know about the culture, and I got to thank you first and foremost for calling it Iran and not Iran. That is my biggest pet peeve when Americans call it Iran. It's not Iran. It's not Iraq. It's Iran. It's Iraq. Let's pronounce the countries we're going to go to war with right, people.
You gotta know. You gotta know who you're fighting with, right? You should at least know the name. Put some respect on the name.
I'm telling you, man. I always say that. You know, it's crazy. I always say the only good silver lining of America attacking the country is we learn how to say the name of that country, man.
Oh my
It's
God!
crazy.
Wow.
What's crazier is this early this year we almost went to war with Iran, and I thought that was going to be the biggest problem of the year, and here we are. What is going on, man?
Yo, it's this year alone. Are we still in March, or has
Yep,
it?
last day.
It's the last day of March. It's only been 3 months, and I can't even remember that moment when it seemed like we were about to go to war with Iran. We bombed over there, and then whatever became of that just kind of took second fiddle to all sorts of things since, man. When that
All
happened,
sorts of things.
how did that?
I hope somebody kept a receipt on 2020 because I want to return this, man. This shit. It ain't been a good year at all. And
Yeah.
what I was saying was it just gets getting crazier and crazier after Iran and the Kobe thing, and now this. I'm like, if by June aliens attacked, I would not be surprised.
Oh man, it's almost like we're being groomed, almost. For whatever is going to happen next. We'll be able to respond to it differently. That's what I always thought.
Exactly.
Hollywood, I felt like was a part of. This is my whole conspiracy. Maz Jobrani is on the line with us, by the way. If you want to talk with him, 888-742-3345. I always thought Hollywood was the tempering ground where they put out images and put out plots and storylines just to test public reaction, get us used to certain things, get us desensitized to certain things. Miles, can you see you work in Hollywood? Can you lend any credence to that?
I think you got a point there, Sway, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories going around. This is the best one I've heard yet, man. Because the truth is, as soon as this thing hit, my buddy called me up. He's like, "Have you seen Contagion? You got to see Contagion. Have you seen this documentary about this? You got to see." The movies have been written about this. So you're absolutely right, man. And you know what? Like you said, these are really tough times. But I think I was talking to my wife who was going like for a walk in the neighborhood in L.A. and I was saying, the human condition, we just keep moving forward. And I think hopefully, the hope is that we come out of this better people. Obviously they're saying a lot of good, like the things they're saying was like, because of the lack of pollution and stuff, the air's cleaner, the water's cleaner, all that stuff. But also you see a lot of people stepping up and helping, a lot of private people helping, like, whether it's delivering food to people that don't have it or what have you. And so I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lesson here and there's nothing we can do, but I can tell them to stay home. So these people that don't stay home, I just want to like smack them upside their heads. I don't know what they're thinking. There's people. Some dude sent me a video. He's like, I got my theory. He's like, I think the world elite are trying to reset the economy. I'm like, what are you talking about, stupid? I go, they already reset the economy. They've been making money for years, you dumbass. So I don't know what people are thinking, man. Just stay home and let the medical people do their thing, man.
Right. Maz, I wonder, as a comedian, do you ever Are you ever like secretly happy with these plot twists because it kind of gives you more content as a comedian?
Let me tell you something. It's not that one thing about being a comedian is, I'll tell you this right off the bat. Like years and years ago, when my wife was in a law firm, she was practicing lawyer. We were with some friends. They were lawyers, and we were with some friends, and it was Christmas, and somebody had like a little bit of weed, and we were like, getting high in a car somewhere, pulled over in like some small town, and this little cop car drove by, and these people, the lawyers, all started freaking out. They're like, oh my god, I can't, I'm gonna be disbarred. I was like, give me the weed, because if I go to prison, this is material for me. I'm a comedian. Give me the weed. So you're right. As a comedian, like obviously, no matter what happens, you're gonna get material out of it. And the truth is, because of this thing, I've been doing an Instagram live every day and just ranting the hell out of stuff. Like one thing I came up with, I got a new term, because I don't know about you guys, but I love Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci is the man. He is the shit. This dude knows what he's talking about. And I was saying the next time somebody sends you some conspiracy theory on social media, you hit him back. You go, get the Fauci out of here. You go, Fauci me, Fauci you. Just stay home, you mother Foucher. So I was just like, I was going off on people on my Instagram live. I was having so much fun cussing people out, using Fauci's name in a way. And it was just like, I'm telling you, like, you're right. It's not like material that I necessarily will end up doing stand-up with. But every day I'm on Instagram just ranting about whatever happened that day. And yeah, it's all we can do. I mean, listen, I'm not a doctor. I can't. One thing you realize when you're a comedian, when stuff like this happens, is how useless you are with like the real deal stuff. Like, I'm not on the front line. So the only thing I can do is try and come up with some funny stuff to hopefully get someone to giggle for a minute and forget about this shit for just a minute.
Yeah, man, you've done that really well, man. Right now, while people on quarantine, you could definitely check out his Netflix special, Immigrant. Is really funny. And I know you promoting the Peaceful Warrior Comedy Tour. How has the tour been affected by the virus?
Oh, I'm telling you, man, we got shut down early. Now, Sway, as an honorary Persian, you know that Iran was suffering from the coronavirus before we were suffering from it. So I had a gig in early March in Toronto, and Toronto is one of the biggest populations of Iranians in North America. Outside of Los Angeles, then it's Toronto. And so before I went, this was early March, before it had really, really gotten hot here, I started getting emails from people going, please don't come. This is getting serious. There's people coming from Iran who might be coming to your show, who might have it. And that's when it hit me. That's when I was like, oh, my God, this is real. And we ended up canceling all our shows just right then, right, and people, it's funny because people still, I had a show, I was supposed to do a weekend where I was going to go New Jersey, Ottawa, Toronto. And the people in Toronto sent the emails. I canceled all three shows. And this is before, and then I started getting emails from people in New Jersey saying, no, you should come. It's still not that serious yet. This is March 2nd or 3rd. And I was like, a week later, people in New Jersey were like, oh, no, don't come. So it's crazy how fast it spread. And obviously, my touring is now completely, stopped. But look, man, I am on board. I don't mind. I'm like, hey, whatever it takes for the safety of people. You're hearing people going like, when Trump came out and was like, we got to be back, on Easter Sunday. I'm like, what are you talking about, dumbass? Like, you got to let people, you can't congregate right now, and it's like, I have a few friends of mine who are they got money in the stock market and stuff. They're like, no, we should go back to work. I'm like, listen, dude, you just because your stocks are suffering, you want people to go back to work and risk their lives. I'm like, now is not the time to be greedy. Now is the time to step back and just say, what do I got to do? And all I hear is stay home, stay home, stay home. Wash your hands. I don't know about you guys. My hands, I'm telling you, bro, I feel like I'm a doctor in the operating room. I wash my hands like 10 times a day. Yeah. They're dry as hell. But you know what, man? That's all they tell us. And what's interesting, too, is it's like, you would think like medicine. It's like when you go to the doctor and you're like, I got a cold, and they go, just drink water and get rest. You're like, that's it? They're like, yep. That's like here. We're like, wash your hands and stay home. Okay, that's it.
Man, and it's a weird adjustment. And we had Regina Hall on the line with us earlier in the week, and even once this passed, because this too shall pass.
Indeed.
Man, I'm still washing my hands, man. We got Maz Jobrani on the line. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Hold up for a second, Maz. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. We got Maz Jobrani on the line with us right now. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345. Baron is on the line, on the road right now. Baron, what's up, Baron? We got a road warrior. Road warrior.
I told you if you want it, I'll give it to you.
There it is. There it is. You did say that.
There it is. Listen, man, nobody's talking about it. I got 25,000 pounds of hand sanitizer going to CVS Pharmacy in Virginia. Y'all going to be straight come the morning.
Yes. Thank you.
But check this out, man. All these people do need to stay home and get out of the way and let these truckers get where we need to go, man. They in the way.
Okay,
That's what they need to stay home. But I wanted to talk to the comedian on deck.
Maz, say what up to Baron.
What's up,
Maz,
man? How are you, man?
This is what I want to ask you, man. Nobody's addressing it. I hear all these people talking about the virus, but they're not addressing that humans can't eat anything, okay? We just can't put certain animals into our body, whether it's cooked or not. And that's what we got the coronavirus this year. What's going to happen next year when somebody decides to dig up some creature and decide just because you put barbecue sauce on it, it's food? What do we do, man?
Aaron, you're right, man. You're right. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's an Egyptian dude. He goes, we just put lemon on stuff, and that just kills the bacteria. So he's like, if this dude had put lemon on the bat, it might not have caused any of these problems. But you're absolutely right, man. I think the only thing we can do is be prepared. And that's when you hear things like, we had a pandemic department. We had a pandemic team at the White House, and they disbanded that team before this stuff even happened. So you just shake your head. I've been shaking my head a lot. I've been going like, why weren't we as prepared as we should have been? Or even like I've heard of things about these tests, and we didn't have the tests up and ready even like in December when the virus was out in China. We got to know America is not an island. These things are going to spread. If it's in China, we got to start getting prepared in December. You know what I'm saying? And so you're absolutely right, man. This stuff's going to come again. And one thing I do hope is that Americans realize this. It's like, as someone who was born in Iran and we had a revolution and my family left and came to America, I think a lot of times we are immune to the suffering of other people. So when you see people in Syria that are going through civil war and they're having to get up and leave their country and want to come here, and we block it and we say, no immigrants allowed, no refugees allowed. You got to realize that those people are suffering the way we are now suffering, and that eventually that suffering will affect us, especially with something like this, with a virus. So you're absolutely right, Baron. We got to be prepared, and it's going to happen again, man. It's going to happen again, just like, there's nothing we can do about it.
Hey, Baron, thanks for your call, man. You are a citizen.
Sway in the morning. Stay safe, and thank you for your service, being out on the road, making those deliveries, Baron.
Real quick, you're starring, Maz Jobrani is here, and you're starring in a film, A Simple Wedding, right? And it's about a young Iranian-American woman who, she goes to great lengths to appease her parents. They want her to settle down. What are Iranian women expect? What is expected of Iranian women in that culture? And what is it like to be married to one?
Word up.
Well, Sway, I'll tell you, it's interesting. My culture, a lot of immigrant cultures, like a lot of Iranian cultures, a lot of Arab cultures and stuff like that, they definitely there's a lot of pressure from the parents for you to marry within the culture. I myself ended up marrying outside the culture. My wife's actually Indian, so we mixed it up.
Okay.
So, we broke that mold, and I'm all about marrying outside the culture. I love seeing mixed couples, man. I think it's one of the best things we can do. But the movie is a romantic comedy. It's called A Simple Wedding, and it is a girl who's getting pressured by her parents to marry someone within the Iranian community. She falls in love with an American dude, and it's just her trying to navigate that world. And in the process, I play her uncle, and I end up falling in love with Rita Wilson, who's in the movie. Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson. who they both got the coronavirus. It was funny because when I heard about it, people were texting me. They were like, because in the movie I kiss her, so people were texting me. They're like, "Did you give her the coronavirus?" I'm like, "No, man, that was filmed 2 years ago." What are you talking
sure?
about?
You sure? No, I'm just going. All right, go ahead.
So no, man, it's just funny, man. So it's a romantic comedy. It's out. People could check it out on Amazon Prime or on Apple TV. It's called A Simple Wedding. I know people are looking for stuff to look at, watch and stuff. So it's definitely something that's out there. But yeah, the culture does put a lot of pressure on women or men from the culture to marry within the culture. But I think, you know what, man, we're in the 21st century. Mix it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But look, it's a great movie. You got a lot of work out there that people could just go and tap into and be entertained during this time. And his Peaceful Warrior Comedy Tour, he'll give you updates on that. But A Simple Wedding is out and Immigrant is out on Netflix. And Maz, I want to thank you for chiming in with us today. I want to make sure you were doing okay, that you and the family are doing well.
Sway, I appreciate you having me on, man. I'm happy to hear you guys are healthy over there. Stay safe in New York, and I hope to come in the studio and see you when I'm out there, man. You guys be safe, okay?
Okay, merci.
To you, love.
Okay. All right.
Merci. All right.
I
you
speak
the
Farsi.
language, bro. You got it.
Maz Jobrani, man. Give him a round of applause. Our sister Tashina Arnold is up next. Tashina, man, ain't no virus going to keep her from making money. She got some projects on deck. You know Tashina been making money for decades. So Tashina Arnold is up next. We love her. That's our sister. We wanted to check in with her, make sure she's doing okay. You want to talk with her, 888-742-3345.